Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It's Monday, the 11th of March 2024. It's a grim day here on the seafront, although there are people in the sea. I don't know if you can make them out behind me. It's a Blu-ray release Monday, and there's not a lot out. Maybe 10 titles in total. I'm after 2, but I also have an import to show you as well. So I'm going to go out to town, grab a coffee, not a sponsor, head into HMV, film everything they have new release-wise, and I'll take you back, show you what I picked up. I'll see you all in a bit. So, starting the day, as I always do, with a visit to Costa Coffee for my morning Arabica bean latte. This is a fuel that keeps me going. Piping hot and foamy, the perfect way to start the day. In the window of HMV, they're advertising an AC/DC album. There's a Wonka display stand just inside the door. And as I make my way past the Taylor Swift calendar, I see the t-shirt of the week is Evangelon. Okay, so not a lot out this week, but the first title I'm going to show you is Father Brown Season 11. This is a 3-disc set which started airing in January this year. This one stars Mark Williams as a title character. This is priced at £24.99 and it carries a 12 certificate. So next we have a Criterion release called The Roaring Twenties. This is a gangster drama which stars James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart. This one's going to set you back £22.99, comes with a PG certificate, and this film is from 1939. Next is Dogman, a Luc Besson directed French action thriller. It's about a drag artist who was beaten as a child but now uses dogs to steal jewellery and help the less fortunate. This is priced at $14.99, carries a 15 certificate. This is not to be confused with the 2018 film of the same name. This one has a runtime 113 minutes. Spy X Family next from Crunchyroll Entertainment. This is Season 1, Part 2. Part 1 came out on the 26th of June last year, so a fair old wait between releases. This is about an undercover spy who's living with a fake family, 2 of which are very dangerous. It's got a total runtime of 325 minutes and is yours for £29.99. Next is the biographical movie Padre Pio, co-written and directed by Abel Ferrara, starring Shia LaBeouf as a title character. This 2022 film tells of the Franciscan priest who received the stigmata and was venerated as a saint. This will set you back £13.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. So next is an 88 Films release of The Inspector Wears Skirts 2. This is an action comedy from 1989 and it follows 4 new Banshee Squad members as they join Hong Kong's police academy to train under Madam Wu. It's got a runtime 1 hour at 36 minutes, priced at $16.99 and carries a 15 certificate. Next is a vintage classics release from Studio Canal. It's Room at the Top, a romantic drama from 1959 starring Lawrence Harvey and Simone Signoret. This is a British kitchen sink drama from the director Jack Clayton. It's going to set you back £14.99. Comes with a 12 certificate. Hey everybody, welcome back. So just 3 titles today, so let's crack on with it. Okay, first one I'm going to show you is a Criterion release. It is The Roaring Twenties. It's a crime drama from 1939, so it's 85 years old now. Directed by Raoul Walsh, whose films include The Thief of Baghdad from 1924, The Big Trail, which was John Wayne's first starring role, Distant Drums, and The Sea Devils. And also he actually played John Wilkes Booth in the epic drama from 1915, Birth of a Nation. And this stars James Cagney, fantastic actor, who is the main character in this movie. He's playing Eddie Bartlett. And alongside James, we have Jeffrey Lynn as Lloyd Hart and Humphrey Bogart as George Halley. Actually, Bogart and Walsh went on to work together in 2 more movies, They Drive by Night in 1940 and High Sierra in 1941. So the film opens with Eddie jumping into a foxhole. And I should point out, this is set towards the end of World War I. He jumps in, lands on George, closely followed by Lloyd, and we discover through conversation that Lloyd was once a lawyer, and then the 3 soldiers become acquainted. Back in Civvy Street, after the war, Prohibition is soon introduced, and we follow Eddie's character, who is a mechanic by trade, but he finds there is no work available anywhere, so a close friend of his offers him a chance to work his taxi for him while he's not working. He accepts, but he soon runs into trouble and he's arrested for bootlegging, which I will point out he's innocent at this point, but it leads him to meet Panama Smith, who runs a club. To cut a long story short, Eddie goes into the bootlegging business and Lloyd becomes his legal representative. There's a lot more to the story than that. There's betrayal, there's murder, there's envy. This is a solid story, plenty going on. Also stars Gladys George as Panama Smith. She's a club owner who often flouts the law, which I mentioned earlier. Gladys went on to work with Bogart 2 years later in The Maltese Falcon. There's also Priscilla Lane as Jean Sherman. She's a young woman that corresponded with Eddie during the war. She ends up singing in the Panama Club. And actually, well, I won't say any more than that, other than it does cover the end of Prohibition and the stock market crash in 1929. I will mention this film's got a very poignant and quoted ending. That's all I'm going to say. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 46 minutes. Let's take a look inside. On the inside, you do get one of these gatefold dissertations on the movie, telling you all about the actors and the story. And on the back, you've got a list of the credits. There's also a close-up of that front cover image on the disc. And on the reverse of the cover, there is an image of sorts. So that was The Roaring Twenties from 1939. Next one to show you is Father Brown Season 11. Now I've shown and talked about every single season that's been released so far, so I'll keep this as brief as possible. You either know the show by now or you don't. It's a murder mystery show that's set in the 1950s in the rural and fictional village of Kembleford, which is meant to be in the Cotswolds. In actual fact, it's filmed in a very small, beautiful village of Blockley, which I visited last year, actually just after they finished wrapping up the filming for this season. Now, that location video is on my channel, number 212, in case you're interested at all. Now, this particular season starts in 1955, follows the Roman Catholic priest Father Brown, who involves himself in solving local murders. He is I'd liken him to a Columbo type person, a bit unassuming, bit of a bumbling mess, very focused on detail and human behaviour, always catching his perpetrator, obviously. Father Brown's been played by Mark Williams, very suited to the role. You may know Mark from the Harry Potter franchise, where he played Ron's dad, Arthur Weasley. Now this season, it sees the return of Sister Boniface, who is being played by Lorna Watson, and the episode that she appears in serves as a prequel to her own spin-off show, which I actually own first 2 seasons of, in which the sister is also a sleuth. Now this show has been given a go-ahead for a further season, which is very good news. There are 10 episodes in this, as with most of them. There are 2 seasons with 15 episodes. This is a daytime show, 0 nudity, 0 swearing, just good old-fashioned values, aside from the murder aspect, that is. It's got a runtime of 444 minutes. Let's take a look inside. There are 3 discs inside, and each one has the same image as the front cover. So that was Father Brown, Season 11. Next and last is a Spanish import. It is Sunset. It's a mystery crime western comedy from 1988, directed by Blake Edwards. His films include Operation Petticoat, Breakfast at Tiffany's, the Pink Panther films, and of course Blind Date, the rom-com from 1987, which starred Bruce Willis. And so does this. He is playing Tom Mix. Now, in case you're unaware, Tom was an American actor best known for the western genre. He made 9 talkies and 282 silent films. He was at the top of his game. Alongside Bruce Willis, you've got James Garner as Wyatt Earp, and I'm going to point out this film is set during the transition from silent movies to sound, and Tom Mix is set to play Wyatt Earp in a new movie, and Earp is on board as a technical advisor. I do like it when they make a film within a film. And as a result, you do see some movie stars portrayed from that era, the likes of Douglas Fairbanks and Roscoe Arbuckle, just to name a couple. Not long into the film shoot, when we see Mix and Earp caught up in a murder mystery themselves, which is linked to a local gangster called Dutch. And This film's got a fair few stars popping out. Andreas Katsula, the one-eyed man from The Fugitive, he's in this. M. Emmett Walsh is head of studio security. And Malcolm McDowell is Alfie Alperin. He is the director of the film within the film. Picture quality isn't fantastic, but it's not bad either. I've seen better and I've seen worse. Bit slow pace and it's far too long. Needs to be trimmed about 15 to 20 minutes off its 1 hour 47 minute runtime, but I did enjoy this. Let's take a look inside. Well, close-up image of that front cover has been put onto the disc. So that was Sunset. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment, and do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? On that note, all it's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.